Hey, good morning again, everybody. Welcome to today's Videodevo. Rene here at church with Elizabeth Summers. Now, are you calling yourself Elizabeth Summers now or Elizabeth Honeycutt Summers?
Either way.
Either way.
Both work.
All right, I'm going to say Elizabeth Summers because we don't have a lot of
It's
time
shorter.
in these.
Yes, we've already wasted
Saves
a lot of time.
So we talked this last weekend about the problem of greed and how to overcome that with gratitude and generosity. And I'm bringing in Elizabeth because I want to get a woman's perspective on this. And we were talking at our staff meeting yesterday just about how you finding yourself now in a position, now you're a married woman, you're a mom, and you're having to approach this whole problem of what's greedy and how can I be generous in a whole new direction. And it's being incorporated into very practical decisions. Give us an example of that, something that happened just recently.
Yeah, so just recently my husband and I were talking about our desire to buy a minivan, which is really cool, we know. But we have a baby now, and we were having conversations around, how much money are we going to spend on this? Because we had decided we want to be able to pay up front for it. We don't want to be in debt over this van. But, from the money that we have sitting in the bank account, how much should we spend? And I found myself, as I was thinking about what kind of car I wanted to have, I was comparing myself to the other cars that I saw on the road. I was comparing myself to the other cars at daycare, people driving up in their Teslas, and here I am in my little 2006 Corolla. And I realized that I can't be basing my worth or what I want on what somebody else has. I need to be grateful for what God has given me and that I can afford a van at all. And so we decided to go with a smaller budget, and we got a van that was older, but it's in great working condition. And by spending less money, we are more freed up to be generous with our money, and we're not strapped for cash. And we have peace in the midst of all of it. And we feel like, yep, that was the decision we were supposed to make. And so it was a big conversation, but I'm grateful that we had it.
But I love that you guys are even asking the question, because to me that's right. There's not a checklist. The Bible doesn't say, here's the equation, how you can determine whether or not you're generous or greedy, whether you're spending wisely or foolishly, whether money is a god to you or just a tool for you. The point is to ask that question. The point is to have that dialogue with one another and with God, so that you're bringing that question to bear. And gratitude for what you have and what you can afford enables generosity to other people and combats greed. I love the way Jesus puts it. We quoted this passage this last weekend in Matthew 6. The eye is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are good, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are bad, your whole life is full of darkness. And we talked about how the words he uses there for good and bad can be translated generous and stingy. If you look at the world with generous eyes of abundance, generosity, gratitude, your whole life will be full of light. But if you look at the world through stingy, envious eyes, your whole life will feel dark. It's all a matter of how you look at the world. Great conversation. Thanks, Elizabeth. Hope that makes sense. It's not about a checklist. It's about you having that conversation with one another and with God. God bless you guys. Have a great day.